Now, Mandy, what is kind of your day-to-day role with the Special Olympics and in your department?
Yeah, so I work in our communications department at Special Olympics at our global headquarters in Washington, D.C. I handle our media and communications, our PR efforts, so everything from dealing with reporters to also coordinating with, we have 7 global offices all over the world, so I coordinate with our communications directors in those markets to ensure that our 220 some programs all over the world are able to get the collateral and the communications materials they need to share our story with the world.
Now, one of the big themes I know at this year's CME conference is the idea of globalization of sport. What has the Special Olympics done to really tie into that theme of going global?
Yeah, so I mean, we are first and foremost an international organization. I mean, Special Olympics was started back in 1968 in Chicago and has since evolved into being in 170 countries, more than 220 programs. We are in every corner of the world, and especially the developing world. I mean, there's so many things going on. Sports is life-changing. Special Olympics uses the power of sport to be able to better the lives of not only our athletes who have intellectual disabilities, but with their communities. So we do health initiatives, we do health screenings, we do unified sports that bring our athletes together with people that don't have disabilities so that there's acceptance and understanding, and that really doesn't happen unless you bring cultures and corners of the world together.
We had this crew, the guy from ESPN that was there was in the track when there's an athlete from Peru, and he has a really, really severe disability and can only walk so fast, but he was in this track competition, and everyone else finished in whatever, say like a minute or something. And everyone's done, and the stadium almost kind of clears out, and this guy from Peru is still like pacing his way around the track. So all these people realized there's still somebody competing, and he was standing up by the media tribune, and people all started to walk down and cheer this guy on as he made it to the finish line. And so the whole last 100, 200 yards, he has all these people there cheering him on to finish, and then he crosses the finish line and throws his hands in the air. And the cool part to me, anyway, just dealing with reporters, was that if you read the story that the reporter from ESPN wrote was, I've covered Tiger Woods, I've covered the Super Bowl, I've covered every major event. He's like, that was the most inspiring sporting thing I've ever seen, because it was about just loving sports and everyone supporting him and crushing the finish line. He doesn't speak any English, it's from some little village in Peru. It was so cool, you know? It's like, deal with people that cover the coolest, biggest sporting events on earth, and then have some kind of remote, what seemed was kind of a little thing at the time, ends up, the way that he wrote about it was just, this is why we do what we do. There's some really cool things happening on the nonprofit side and giving back, and that sports is an amazing vehicle to do some really impressive things.